Hey friends, welcome back to Health Over Hubris. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial for what to do with all those old t-shirts that don't fit you anymore. If you're anything like me, you probably have tons of t-shirts because they're super comfy and you can wear them whenever, and I always wore them because they didn't show my shape, which was great for me because I hated showing my body and still do. But anyway, if you have all these t-shirts and you start to lose weight, they won't fit correctly anymore and they look even worse than they did before. So what I started doing was I took all my old t-shirts and I cut them up and I kind of sewed them so that they were a little bit smaller, and I wore them as gym shirts or even just to go to bed in. So today I'm going to show you how to do that, and let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is an old t-shirt and a pair of scissors that are pretty sharp and can cut through fabric. Pick a t-shirt for your first one that you're not worried about getting messed up, because if you make a mistake, it's okay if it's a t-shirt that you don't really care about. Next, you need to lay your t-shirt out flat on an area that you can cut on. I use my floor because it's a lot easier for me to get on top of the t-shirt and cut it the way that I need to. So find a space in your house that's pretty flat and you can lay your t-shirt out flat. Mine is very wrinkled, but that doesn't really matter. It'll still be okay. But you want to try to flatten it out as much as you can. For the next step, you have some options. If you are confident in your cutting skills, you can just freehand it in the way that I'm going to show you. But if you're not, you want to find a t-shirt or a tank top or something that you know fits you really well. So I grabbed this one because I really like the neckline on it. It's kind of a high neckline. So grab one that you like the neckline on and you can lay it on top of your t-shirt to see where you want to cut. So I'm going to try to do that now. Line up the seam to the top of the shirt. Next, you want to cut off the neckline of the shirt around where your other neckline was as a guide. So you just follow along the neckline and you can use a pencil or a colored pencil to outline it. I am actually really terrible at following a neckline, so I'm gonna do it without the t-shirt, but it's really simple. You just follow that neckline and you cut around it. You don't wanna cut the shirt that's on top, you only wanna cut the shirt that's underneath. That's why it might be good to trace onto that shirt so that you don't cut your good shirt. But I don't want this, so I'm getting rid of it. All right. So I prefer to not cut a deep neckline whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut just by the little cuff that they have on the shirt originally. So I'm gonna cut around that. And I do actually like the back of my t-shirt to match where the line is on the front of my t-shirt. So if you like a higher back, you wanna cut them separately, but I like them to be even. So here we go. And then if you don't like how jagged it is, you can just pull on the t-shirt and it'll kind of smooth itself out. So now we've cut off the neckline. The next step is to get rid of the sleeves, and this is a decision that you're going to have to make as well. You could use your other shirt as a guide for how wide you want your sleeves to be. I don't like to have wide sleeves at all, so I cut them very, very, very thin. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut kind of using the sleeve as a guide. You don't want to cut it straight down. Well, you could if you wanted your side to be hanging out, but I don't like that. So I like to cut it as close to reaching back to the original sleeve as possible so that you can't see my sides. So I'm gonna cut this in kind of a curve that meets up with the original. But again, you could use your old t-shirt to help you with that. So now I have like a tank top. I hate when the sleeves don't match. So what I'm going to do is actually fold this over on top of the other side to match the sleeves. Ah! Line it up, and now I can see exactly where I need to cut. And when I unfold my shirt, I should have a tank top looking thing. So your next step is going to be sewing your shirt, but you want to make sure that you turn your shirt inside out when you go to sew it. You're going to try to find the center, or I guess you could just fold it in half. That's probably really smart. Hey, look, there's a good way to do it. Fold it in half, mark it, good deal. Now, this is the tricky part. You want to just get the back of the shirt. This is how I do it anyway, because what we're going to do is sew the back so that it pinches it in so it makes it smaller. So grab the back of the shirt, not the front of the shirt, and pull it up. Just like that, okay? So now you have just the back of the shirt folded over so that we can sew it. I am actually going to start at the top of the t-shirt because it's the smaller area. You don't want to start at the bottom because if you sew too far in, you might mess up where the seams are. So I'm going to take the top of the t-shirt and I'm going to start with about 2 inches in. And if that's not good enough, I can always go back and sew it more because I am going to try it on after I sew that much. Oh, guess what? Well, that's frustrating. I was sewing, and I realized it wasn't actually sewing anything. Something's wrong with my bobbin. That's annoying. Oh, it's out of thread, like every single time I ever try to do anything. Huh. Huh. Okay. I gotta go find more thread. So just as a reminder, you're starting at the top of your t-shirt and you're sewing toward the bottom. I'm doing about 2 inches and then I'm gonna try it on and see how it goes. Actually, I'm gonna do 3 inches because this one is really big. The excess, and now you can turn it inside out and try it on. So now my shirt looks like this. It's a lot smaller than it was. However, I am still not pleased with that because that is still really big. But if you want your shirt to still be a little big, like for the gym or something, you could just keep it the way it is. But if you're like me and you need to do many adjustments because you don't measure, you can take it in more. So that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back to the drawing board and take it in just a little bit more. All right, I'm back. I took it in actually double what it was. And I feel like now it's a lot better. Like it still has room, but I want to have room when I'm going to the gym. So if you look at the back of it, it's a lot tighter. And all around, I like the way this looks now versus how it was. So just to show you what it should look like now when you turn it inside out, it has more of a tank top look, and in the back, this is the seam that you created down the back of it. So the last step is going to actually be cutting off the excess that you sewed. So if you open up your t-shirt again, back inside out, you should see all your excess fabric. Here's mine. I have that much excess fabric that I need to cut off. You don't want to cut your seam that you're keeping. This is my old seam, the one that didn't work. I can cut past that. And you want to leave a little bit of space. You don't want to cut so close to your seam that your shirt comes apart. I'm actually going to sew back over this seam before I cut it because I want it to be super strong so that it doesn't come apart. So you need your fabric scissors again, and you want to lay your shirt out flat. And then you have your shirt, it's all done. Yay, you accomplished something. I might actually just wear this shirt to the gym today because I really like it. I like how it turned out. It's awesome. It's very comfortable. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first tutorial that I've ever made on something that's crafty, so I'm sorry if my tutorial is very unorganized and not clear. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and please reach out to me if you need anything. Thank you so much. Bye!
THANKS, thanks for watching. THANKS, thanks for watching. THANKS, thanks for watching. That is all. Goodbye.